The Eternal Tao. The Tao seems empty, yet it is never exhausted. Oh, it is profound. It existed before anything. It dulls its own sharpness, breaks its own bonds, dims its own brightness, identifies with its own dust. Oh, it is peaceful. It is infinite, eternal. No one knows from where it came. It is older than the gods. That's chapter 4 of the Tao Te Ching. This is an interesting experiment, I think, generally, and worth framing this way because I'm not an expert. This is a learning process, and when I look at something like this, it feels just vast. I mean, that's not even a joke about the fact that this idea of what they're saying is, in fact, infinite, eternal, beyond the scope of our comprehension. Just that it feels intimate at the same time. And I think there is a tie in there that's important in the discussion of how we arrange our societies, how we act on and react to one another, the ways that we choose to pursue our understanding of reality as we experience it, both at the same time ourselves, alone, individuals. Huxley called us island universes, but also acknowledged this is another reference to the doors of perception, where he talks about us acting on and reacting to one another. There's this funny thing that happens where we are simultaneously ourselves, and we are also indistinguishable from the entirety of the universe. One of the best ways I've heard this framed has been talking about you as an individual. When you stop to smell a flower, the universe is stopping to smell the flower at the time and place that you are. They're indistinguishable from each other, despite the fact that as humans, we have consciousness, we have this perception of self, we have this idea of vastness within us. What's important to recognize and what allows us to act on and react to one another peacefully is understanding the feeling of sonder, the profound realization that everyone, including strangers passing in the street, has a life that is as complex as our own. They're constantly living despite the fact that we are not aware of it. And the universe is existing around us in very much the same way. Every aspect of our universe continues to exist whether we are paying attention to it or not. It's interesting that this is the eternal Tao when the human experience is in fact finite. We have limited time, we have limited resources, we have limited attention, and that puts these barriers up where once we have preference, we also have choice. And in fact, even without preference, we still have choice to not have preference. This is part of, I think, what the Tao Te Ching, what Zen Buddhism, what truly Christianity as well, Islam, Judaism, to different extents, have interpreted this recognition. And in each instance, there is an encouragement to spend time understanding the universe by being alone. The system that we use to peaceably act on and react to one another and to experience reality as island universes, it needs to accommodate for both. And that's a moral feature of what capitalism proposes. It says within the bounds of consent, feel free to find that balance in a way that best suits your best life, in which you can discover health, happiness, and satisfaction to the measure that is best for you, while still offering the protection of not violating anyone else's consent.